So we've just seen a property that Chris is managing and overseeing. This one is a rent-to-rent property that he's controlling. Very interesting story. I'm excited. We're in Liverpool Centre. I'm excited to see this one. It's actually a rent-to-serviced accommodation. That's when you rent a property, but then you manage it yourself. You list it on Airbnb, on Booking.com, and you keep the profit. You don't own the property, you control the property, and Chris is the master at rent-to-rent.
With it being serviced accommodation, the last thing you need is control of the keys and access for guests when they come in. So this is one thing we do. We do it across the HMOs anyway, just so we can go to any property without having to carry all the keys. We know when we get to any property, we can get access.
Yeah.
So it's something we implement across all of them. But for service accommodation, definitely would recommend it.
Not a small timer, Chris Jaap.
No, I'm messing about. Right. So this is one of them. This is an example of one of the rooms at the moment. So this we have with the COVID that happened. We had bookings all the way through the year, and it was cash flowing amazingly.
How much were you making?
On the good months, we were grossing between 8 and 10, so we were cash flowing.
10 grand a month.
Yeah, and profit from that was anywhere from 2 to 3 between that a month.
Very nice. And then bang, you took a hit.
Yeah.
What's happening today?
So at the moment, because of all the extra steps we took to get in place, we managed to get contractors in They say they're here for 12 to 18 months, but so they're taking it month by month because they don't know what's happening. But we managed to secure contractors to come in and take 6 rooms out of this. So that's 6 rooms with the contractors. There was a period in the summertime where there was people just leaving, lost their jobs, couldn't pay, couldn't do this. So when you've got a portfolio of, like say, just over 90 rooms in total, and you have a small percentage, even 10% of that, there's 9 rooms. In a rent-to-rent strategy, that's profit loss.
So this went from really profitable to absolutely terrible to just about doing okay.
Yeah, we've gone from up to down to we're handing the keys back to we're okay.
You're always going to have properties that underperform, overperform, and just ones that perform. And it sounds like this has done all 3.
It's not that I want it to, because I prefer just to have it nice and steady.
Of course you do.
I prefer to do that, but it's the ups and downs of property, I guess, isn't it? Up into the room. Right, so this is.
Oh wow, this is a little bit more.
Yeah, it's we had to open this up to try and make it more homely, get people in. So
this is what Chris has done. Okay, he's found the landlord. He found the landlord on spare room, and was the landlord having a tough time?
Yes,
because he was managing it himself, tired landlord. And Chris said, "I'll give you a guaranteed rent, and I'll take the whole block." And now Chris rents these studio apartments out on Booking.com. Airbnb. What's the most popular online travel agent?
It's for this one, the best platform we find our bookings is Booking.com. We try and cater it more towards. Originally, it was nightlife, partygoers, weekends, etc. Because of the location, with city centre location and the football traffic. Football's gone, nightlife's gone, so we had to really change everything about this.
So you've gone from tourists to contractors.
Yes.
So you mentioned. Who's in here at the moment? Who's staying here now?
There's 6 contractors, and there's a couple staying in here for 2 months at the moment in this particular.
So it's
room.
all full.
7 out of the 8 rooms are full.
Well done, buddy. Great job.
But you know what? The reason why I wanted to show you this one, this property as such, was because, like I say, it was amazing. It was glorious, and then it was down. And it handed the keys back.
No, that's true. That is interesting.
We pulled it back.
The lesson in this is adapting, is pivoting. So Chris used to market to tourists. You were making crazy money, buddy. Then the pandemic came. Bang!
Wiped it.
Tourism's gone. But most people then hand their keys back. Oh, this doesn't work anymore. But what you've done is you've adapted. Now, it might not be quite as profitable as it was, but you've now adapted and you've got contractors in the place now. Yeah. That's what you need to do in business. You need to pivot. You need to adjust. So how many like tenants or guests at one time could you have at maximum capacity?
Maximum capacity we can have. It's 96 is the maximum.
Need 4 more, make it 100, baby.
That's the target.
Yeah.
It's the flats above it. Again, another block of 4 flats.
Nice. Is this one making money?
This one's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Make it stand out more than the rest of them. The guy who owns it, he's quite to do. So there's 4 flats in here, 2 bed, 2 bed, 2 bed, and a large single bed.
Makes sense to have more than one in one.
Yeah, it was.
Because then you've got one landlord, one point of contact, but multiple properties. Well, these are fancy. Very nice. Hey, this is nice.
So again, this is tenants living in here at the moment. They don't mind us coming in. We've checked and cleared, but
Great.
this is classed as the single room because it's how we laid it out. But as you can see, there's such a large space.
Yeah. Wow, it's big. Very. Who's the market then? Who's gonna stay in this place?
We targeted this at both. Initially, the bulk of it is going to be contractors.
Yeah.
It's contractors that Monday to Friday. The thought being with us so close to Anfield, we could then open it up to weekend commuters if they want to come watch the game, etc. And we did have, before COVID, we did have bookings in here for the weekend tourists.
Yeah. Here's the thing, folks. With COVID-19 around, tourism is dead. So if you're going to do serviced accommodation, you can still make money. But tourism's dead. So if you're going to do serviced accommodation, you've got to adapt into contractors and business people. So you've done really well.
Even in the bedroom, we did put 4 beds.
Is this a sofa bed?
Yeah, sofa bed. Well, when we laid this out, you see, we toyed with the idea with it being quite close to Anfield.
Yeah.
Again, thinking of football traffic. The contractors we got in, we put the contractors on a Monday to Friday, but we said they can stay weekends if they want. But if we want the weekends to use for service accommodation, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So before COVID, again, we were getting bookings in, so we're using this Monday to Friday with contractors and then renting out the weekend, as I say. So in the bedrooms, we've got 4 beds in there, a double and 2 zip and links, or zip and links, will I say, so 2 singles, and a pull-out sofa bed. So overall, you can sleep up to 6-8 people in here.
So how much are you paying the landlord for this entire block?
We had a really good deal on this one. I don't mean it in that sort of way. It was just he wanted quite a high amount.
Yeah.
However, I used the negotiation of saying, well, I'll furnish it, but I'll pay you less.
Yeah.
So we ended up paying $1,500 for this.
For the whole thing?
For the whole thing.
Wow.
But obviously I had to spend the money to furnish it then, to get it in, so.
Yeah.
But overall, it's...
How much profit are you making each month on this?
With the contractors alone, it's upwards of $1,500.
And then what about on top with the SAs?
When with the SAs was here, we were about 2,000.
2,000. So you're making a solid
15.
£1,500 per month profit on this deal.
On this one.
And this is just one of 13.
One of 13, yeah.
Not bad. Here's what's going to happen now. I'm going to sit down with Chris. We're going to have an interview. I'm going to pick his brain on exactly how he's done what he's done. That's coming tomorrow though, okay? So the full interview's coming tomorrow. So if you want to see the interview, you're going to have to subscribe to the channel. Chris, should they subscribe to the channel?
I think you should.
How did you first hear about me? Was it YouTube?
It came on YouTube, yes. Read your books, read loads of books.
Yeah.
Before I get into property, I was a firm believer in getting into everything, getting all the knowledge, podcasts, audio books, paperback books,
Yeah.
YouTube channels, everything, and that's when it came about, really.
So you started off watching YouTube videos. However, how much different do you think it is when you can actually change your environment and be around people that are doing it than just watching a screen?
That's the key thing that I found. It's the biggest thing for me because, as well spoke about before, I kind of set up a business before I joined the academy, so I was already doing it to an extent. But the environment that you're involved in with the academy, for instance, we have WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups with some key members that we're constantly in touch with. I've set up a deal sourcing company with another academy member at the moment. So we're always working as JVs flying around between us all. The environment was what I was after.
Yeah.
As opposed to just the solid training.
Show me the people you hang around with and I'll show you your future.
There you go.
It's all about who you hang around with. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Please do me a massive favor though, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, smash the like button. If you want to see my interview I did with Chris, oh man, like a year ago, check that out right here. There we go. If you want to see the interview I'm about to do with Chris right now, you're going to have to subscribe to the channel and you can subscribe right here. Subscribe, watch the interview. I'll see you tomorrow.